Welcome back to another segment of Anderson Training Systems, One Step at a Time Fitness Success Program. Today we're going to address the issue, and many of you may go running for the hills when I tell you this, of practice. And what I'm referring to here is actually practicing your exercises and becoming more proficient at them. Many people want to go into the gym or into the exercise facility, wherever you may be, including if you're working with a trainer or not, and basically mentally turn off the switch. There are ways that we can help you to do that, and I'll talk about those in a second. But what we need to understand first is that all exercise, no matter how simple it may be, from walking on a treadmill to lifting a heavy weight, is a skill, and it's a required skill set, and it takes practice to develop that skill set. Something that many people that are what I call DIY exercisers, do-yourself exercise, start off with when the New Year's rolls around is they decide to take up jogging. Jogging, interestingly enough, although we've all perceived that we can do it because we've done it when we were 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 through whatever PE you had, is actually a fairly complex and demanding effort that many of us really don't. Many people that when I'm driving around looking at the joggers out on the street actually do quite poorly. Along with that, a component that's a primary component of our Anderson Training Systems methods are resistance training. And that resistance training absolutely requires you to be mentally turned on, mentally there. You don't have to be, you're not like doing a big $1 million deal here. We're not talking about that kind of focus. We're talking about focus more inward, about how your body is moving and how you're going to perform a drill with the best efficiency. That's what we're really looking to get you to do with resistance training. Resistance training, one of the key components, you may have heard this if you've maybe been flittering around the edge of the subculture of weightlifting and stuff like that, is the mind-muscle connection. And ultimately, when you make that kind of mind-muscle connection, that's where you start to really develop efficiency and actually use your muscles to perform those movements that we talked about in one of our other segments to the best of their abilities. The other component you have to really think about, and for those of you that, and it's really more to the forefront, is the fact that if you're not engaged, there's a safety issue. When you're being asked to do drills that are demanding you to be engaged and you are not engaged, then that's a problem. The way we help people make that transition, at least at my facility, is many times I'll have them go through a warm-up that kind of takes them and transitions them. Many people, when they come into my facility, they are actually still at work or still somewhere else, still with the kid that's spilled the morning's milk cereal, or the shitty boss at work that's being an asshole to you. We need to transition from that mindset and thinking about that person to being here and now in the present in your facility. And then one way, a real simple way that I use to help my clientele do that is to simply put them on the treadmill and let them refocus in and reestablish where they are. You actually see a real common guy that does a very good job of this, actually does it with dogs, but it's really no different, is Cesar Milan does this with dogs, refocusing the attention. And that's all we're trying to do is bring the individual back into the present by putting them on the treadmill and letting them walk a little bit. What it does from a beneficial standpoint is the better quality of movement that you perform by practicing and by getting better at the movement. It allows your muscles to work more efficiently. It allows you to perform more work without any potential joint irritation. It allows you to develop and work harder in less time and more. When you hear the term get more bang for your buck, get the most exercise and the most results in the least amount of time. You've probably heard all those things if you've sat down and done a consult with a personal trainer. That's what we're really looking for. When you actually get to where you've practiced, become efficient at a skill, that's where that statement really becomes true. So just know that when you walk into a facility, wherever you're doing for your exercise, whether you're working out at home, whether you're working with a fitness coach, whether you're going into a commercial facility, know that you need to be there and now in the present. And if you need to transition, try doing the transition aspect that we do. And then just give yourself, and the aspect as far as learning how you're doing with your practice is a simple task of journaling, taking mental notes, taking mental checklists, and that's also part of being there in the here and now while you're in your exercise session. So this has been another segment of Anderson Training Systems, One Step at a Time Fitness Success Program. Enjoy.